It is a Friday night, and we've got a THR quick hit. How more college football news. Let's get right to it. As you might have heard or might not have heard, SMU has extended head coach Rhett Lashlee 2 years, and with a pay increase that is said to put him in the top 5 nationally salary-wise. So that would seem to preclude him from any movement. Particularly, his name has been mentioned for the Arkansas search. I've seen his name mentioned for a lot of open. Penn State, possibly. Dark horse, maybe of Florida, LSU. So Lashlee, it appears, is going to be off the market as SMU, and terms not disclosed, because remember, SMU is a private university, so they do not have to disclose this. But they did let it be known that Lashlee has signed a 2-year extension and will get a pay increase, putting him in the top 10 in college football, which is probably in the $10 million a year range. So Lashlee off the market. Not the only coach off the market is Nebraska. Earlier this week announced that Matt Rule got a 2-year extension. No pay increase, but his buyout increased to $15 million until the end of the 2026 season. So that would assume to take him off the radar from Penn State, where, of course, he is an alumnus and also grew up in State College. So Rule getting a 2-year extension, no pay increase, but a buyout of $15 million. They've got a huge game tomorrow against USC. Be interesting to see what the reaction is to that extension, depending on what happens to the game tomorrow. So Rule and Lashlee now apparently out of the mix, and LSU, where the drama just gets crazier and crazier. As you know, Scott Woodward, the AD, was fired earlier this week. The interim AD in charge. Woodward's buyout, $6.4 million. So they're almost on the hook for almost $60 million. They're still trying to negotiate with Brian Kelly to get his buyout down from $54 million. We'll see if that works. So you add this to it. I mean, that's almost $60 million. Or over $60 million, actually, because he gets 6.5. Kelly gets 54. So that's $60 million. And two people shown the door. And now you don't have a president. It's rumored they're going to hire the McNeese State president in a couple of weeks. But still, you don't have an AD. You want to hire a coach. We've seen that in Arkansas, what happens when you hire a coach before you hire an AD. You're going to lure. You think you've got a great job. They want to know who they're going to work for. They want to know who the AD is. So you almost wonder if they're going to elevate the interim AD. So that's going to be interesting how that coaching search plays out. The governor's involved. Who knows? So LSU, the most attractive job, but so many uncertainties. I mean, is it worth a chance? We shall see. As we told you Wednesday night on THR Live, we're told the big money in Arkansas, or not all the big money, but there is a significant big money that likes James Franklin to be the coach. Now, his name, of course, is coming up at Virginia Tech. Rumors of a deal being finalized, but honestly, I would be surprised. I think most people would be if any deal is finalized before the end of November, because you want the season to play out. If you're James Franklin, why are you in a hurry to sign anyway? You can't recruit. As soon as you sign a head coach, the portal opens. Now, granted, it opens 5 days after a coach is hired. But right now, where's a player going to go? Because everybody has their roster. Everybody's waiting for the January portal date to see what happens. But James Franklin in high demand, obviously. Arkansas, big money, would like him there. I also think the timing of the Lashlee extension is interesting because his name was thrown around early in the Arkansas search. And there was considerable money in the northwest corner of the state, where Rhett is from, that was willing to back a Lashlee hire. But now that he's off the table, we'll see what happens. It would assume that he's going to stay at SMU. Plus, let's be honest, his path to the playoff, which they got to last year, is much easier at SMU. in the ACC, as opposed to coming to Arkansas and trying to build up a program that is near the bottom of the conference. Not to say Arkansas can't become a playoff contender, but there's going to be insurmountable work, and you've got a lot of money at SMU. And again, they're still not getting ACC media rights money for at least the next 5+ years. And now they're going to make him one of the top 10 highest paid coaches in college football. I think we can safely cross Rhett Lashlee's name off the Arkansas list. And you wonder if that's going to cause that money support that he had now goes with the other big money and gets behind James Franklin. We'll see. Don't count out Bobby Petrino yet, depending on, of course, what happens tomorrow against Mississippi State, but the Texas game, because you know how Arkansas reacts when a coach beats Texas. Gets a big contract that everybody ends up regretting later. So that's kind of the latest we have on the coaching search news. I do want to say this. Signetti's buyout is $15 million. Keep this in mind. And think about this. If you're an AD and you go to your boosters and you say, hey, we can get Curt Cignetti from Indiana. I'm not saying he's going to leave, but his buyout's 15. We're seeing coaches paid buyouts of $50 million. If your AD and your booster tells you you can get Curt Cignetti, the hottest coach in college football, if he's willing to go, for $15 million, do you honestly think they can't come up with $15 million to buy him out? Now, granted, he's got a guaranteed contract at Indiana. That may be more prohibitive than the $15 million buyout. So we'll see. I would imagine somebody is going to get desperate and try to make a move at Cignetti. It could be Penn State. Now, Jeff Brom, the Louisville coach, is rumored to be the head candidate for that, but we still have a month of season left. So you're going to hear a lot of crazy things. You're going to hear a lot of wild things. When we know something, we'll keep you up to date. We'll jump in and we'll let you know. But just wanted to give you the heads up. Again, the big news today out of college football, Rhett Lashlee getting a 2-year extension at SMU. That would seem to take him out of play, especially at Arkansas, where he's from, and as an alumnus. He's going to get a top 10 salary now at SMU and a 2-year extension. So the going rate for coaches is becoming $10 million. So everybody pleaded that they didn't have money for rev share. That's going to be $20 million plus coming out of the athletic budgets. And now we're seeing all these coaches getting extensions. SMU obviously has a ton of money. People can't compete with it. So we'll see what happens. Hey, don't forget we got the THR Pick Show that airs Saturday mornings at 7:15. We invite you to join us right here on the Hogville YouTube channel. Be sure and subscribe and like. Let us know. Hit us up in the comments. Hey, we'd also like to hear from you as well. Drop us an email, hpmmpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Interact with us on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it now. But thank you so much. That'll do it for this THR Quick Hit. And we'll be back talking college football soon.